Hello friends, welcome to C Sharp Intermediate to Advanced tutorial. Now you are watching part 5 of the subseries Getting Assembly Information. So now we added a new section because in the last video we forgot to do this. Retrieve custom properties. So previously we just retrieved the assembly information like executing, calling and entry point assembly. Now we will get the custom property of the assembly. So let's quickly review the previous slide decks from previous videos. Now we will extend this function and add new functionality to it. So we are already making call to this function. So if you add a new piece of code here, that's enough. So this is just for your reference. That's what we are doing at the start of this function. Entry assembly, calling assembly and executing assembly. Here we want to retrieve assembly information we set for our DLL project. So we are going to make use of executing assembly. And suppose if you want to retrieve the assembly information for the exe, then you should be using the entry assembly. So this is the assembly information for our DLL project. Now we will look at the first example. Let's see how I am retrieving the title, which is a set for this assembly. So executing assembly. So we already have the reference for it. Executing assembly dot. So this is the method GetCustomAttributes. So that means it maintains a collection from GetCustomAttributes. Here we are passing the type assembly title attribute. So once you pass this information, it will retrieve the required data which was set as part of the assembly information. So here we are retrieving it as an object, right? And then we are checking title.length is greater than 0. That means we have a valid information set on the title. Then from assembly title attribute, we are retrieving information at 0th location. So assembly title attribute. So here what we are asking is get custom attribute, type of assembly title attribute. Then from the retrieved object array, we are retrieving the content from 0th location. So that will be the one which you requested. So now we have assembly title information in hand. Now we have assembly title attribute in hand. So this is what we passed it, right? Now we have this information in hand. So the reference is obj. Now we are getting obj.title. So obj.title will give the title given to the assembly, and we are printing that in our multi-line text box. Next, the second example, if you see here, we are trying to retrieve the company information. So executing assembly, same. Get custom attributes, same. Type of, now the attribute here changes. Previously we passed assembly title attribute. Now we are passing assembly company attribute. So likewise, if you need version, you should pass assembly version attribute, assembly file version attribute. So you can refer the documentation, or when you are opening the bracket here through IntelliSense, you can go through all the available option so that you can retrieve the information. Alright, here assembly company attribute, that's what we are passing, and the retrieved value we are storing it here, C info. Then we are doing the same stuff here at 0th location. Whatever is stored, we are typecasting it, assembly company attribute, then obj.company. Here if you see obj.title. So that's how we are retrieving the information, and we are adding it to the multi-line text box control. Now it's demo time. We will do this coding. So let's add our piece of code from the display assembly names function. So as already told, so once you open the bracket, use control space, open bracket, then control space. This will list the IntelliSense, and here whatever starts with assembly, that will give you a clue of what you want to retrieve. Say for example, here we are showing only 2 examples, right? You can look at assembly file version attribute, assembly description attribute. There are other attributes you can retrieve the same way what we are doing here. All right, now here in this example we are retrieving the title and company info. If you want to remember, go to properties. This we already set in our first or second video. So here if you go to assembly information, you can read all the assembly details given here: title, description, company, product, copyright, all those stuff. Here we are retrieving only the assembly title as well as assembly company attribute. Now let's run this. Here if you see, we are getting assembly title to test reflection, company information, coding example, YouTube channel. So just now you watched the demo. Thank you for watching. Bye.